Allah is showing you this video, there is a very high chance that you are going to be rich in the near future. And I'm not saying that just to make you feel good or anything like that, but it's because of the fact that you got a video like this recommended to you, that it came onto your recommended, you watched it, you clicked on it, and you're here right now. Because back when I was like 14 years old, right, I would watch videos like this on business from entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And because of that, because I gave my time, my attention, my energy to this topic, now, alhamdulillah, I've started a business for myself at only 21, and I'm scaling it to 7 figures, inshallah, $1 million a year. And fundamentally, it all started, of course, number one, obviously, through Allah's will. But because I started to, at a very young age, dedicate a lot of my time, a lot of my attention, energy to this topic. I specifically remember there's a guy, you might not know him, you might know him. His name's Grant Cardone, right? And I was like 14, 15 years old, living in Pakistan. I was like a kid in high school. I was failing all my classes. And I would go on YouTube and I would just like binge watch like these random real estate videos on like this guy, like just being like, oh yeah, like I'll make money, I'm rich. He's a guru, right? And I used to watch his videos, a couple of other guys like Patrick Bet-David, stuff like that. Like the 21 laws of money, the this and that. And I was obsessed with this topic, and I knew like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna build a business. I would tell my parents, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy you a Tesla, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, right? I always had that belief because I was putting in the time, the attention, the energy. And if you're doing the same, which you obviously are, right? You're watching this video, that is a very good sign. And again, I'm not trying to make you feel good. Of course, you're gonna have to put in the work. Of course, there is so much that needs to happen for you to, inshallah, get very, very rich. But this is the starting point. Content like this, watching videos around this topic will give you the catalyst energy, the desire to actually go put in the actions, to go read books, to go learn from courses, from coaching, mentorships, all these things, to start a business, to fail, to start again. All of this will put you in the right direction. It will take you away from like, I guess basically, the normal path, the normal path of getting a 9 to 5, going to uni degree, where the chances of you getting rich, and I mean like proper rich, right? Not like, oh, I make 100K a year, guys, I'm so rich. Not that type of rich, but actually type of rich where you can retire your parents, you can retire your wives, all 4 of them perhaps. You can go perform hijrah, you can do whatever you want, you can give a lot in charity. That will come from you self-educating yourself, learning things by yourself, giving your attention, as I've said, your attention, your time and energy, those 3 things to topics like this, learning from these sources, that will allow you to think in a different way and act in a different way, where you go take the risk of starting a business. Maybe you start creating content, maybe start doing like starting your personal brand, right? And that's what I've done throughout my entire journey. I literally remember, like last year, this time Ramadan, right? And I remember making tons and tons of dua because I was dead broke. There was nothing going on for me. It was all like, I was in a 9 to 5 I didn't like. I was in a uni degree I didn't like. I knew like my life was not going where I wanted it to go. And I had to make the conscious decision, okay, I need to change things. I need to go do this thing. I need to go do this. I need to start this type of business. I need to wake up at this time. I need to act in this way, be disciplined, be productive, blah, blah, blah. And all of that, all of those thoughts that I had, all of the plans I made and then executed on, of course, through Allah's will, I would not have had those if I didn't actually if I didn't sit down and watch content like this, if I didn't just watch YouTube videos that were actually like low-key beneficial for me, even though I used them to procrastinate for my exams and all those things, and it wasn't like good for me at that time. But because I put a lot of my energy and attention onto this and my time, I started to really think in a way that allowed me to get the results I wanted to get. I was able to start a business. I was able to I'm going to be very honest with you. I failed multiple times. It was hard. I was broke. I felt like a loser multiple times. But because I had like subconsciously all of this content where I was speaking to guys, they were speaking to me, guys that were ahead of me, guys that had done the things I wanted to do. Because I was listening to them a lot, maybe I was reading books, listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, a lot of YouTube videos, I was able to think like them. I was able to act like them. And of course, that might not be always good, right? It might not always be the perfect scenario. But at certain times, especially in business, because I was able to act like them, I was able to take their advice, I was able to think like them, I was able to get their results as well. Because life is very simple. It is all about cause and effect. If you act in a certain way, you will get a certain result over a period of time. And just by doing that, just by having this fundamental basis of literally just binging YouTube videos, being addicted to YouTube videos, was able to help me build a successful business. It was basically something I could build on top of, go and execute and act on different things. And that, alhamdulillah, allowed me to leave my 9 to 5, allowed me to start living a life of complete freedom where I can dedicate myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as I please, alhamdulillah. And you can do this as well, because honestly, in this time, in the world we are living in today, with online, with everything, right, with the internet, with YouTube, you have the same opportunity. You can literally go listen to Elon Musk, you can listen to Jeff Bezos, you can read a book from Jeff Bezos, and you can start a business literally with the ideas, with the thoughts, with the advice of the richest guy on the planet in your mind. And honestly, you should be dedicating a lot of your time and a lot of your energy onto this. Because if your grandparents, your grandpa, even your grandpa, but let's say your great grandpa, if he knew that you had this great, fabulous opportunity to just make a lot of money, maybe a lot of money for you is 6 figures, right? Maybe it's 7 figures, whatever it is. For you to make a lot of money where you have complete freedom and you have also the advice and the learnings and the teachings of some of the most successful men, of literally the most successful men of your generation. And you can go implement it and have a lot of leverage, even as a beginner, just by using the internet. Maybe you go start creating content and you take part in that, right? You have it the most, it has never been easier to get rich. It has never been easier to actually start making money and live a life of complete freedom. And you can do that just, of course, by getting the ideas, thinking and using your brain and your belief system to act in a certain way psychologically, but also going out and executing on different things, trying different things. And inshallah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, 5 years, 10 years, 2 years from now, you will, inshallah, be a lot richer than you are right now. I hope this was valuable for you. Go join my free community. Inshallah, I will see you in there. Assalamu alaikum.